Alright, so I've got the little stepped hull 25-inch reinforced now. Got Brock to do it. It looks like he did a pretty good job too. The thing is way stronger than it was before. So this is the other one. You can see on the other one you can just push in. Hopefully you can see that. You can just push in like that, and now it's how it's meant to be. Got some I told him to put a plate in the back there in the transom, so she's nice and strong there now. I would have done it myself, and I do like doing this sort of thing myself, like working on boats, but after losing that boat the other day, I was a bit bummed out, to be honest, on boats. And I just had enough, and I just needed a couple of days break from actually working on or playing with boats. But that's all behind me now. So now I'm just going to fit this one out. I'm just not quite sure. Do I just fit it out myself, like forget about all the... I was going to transfer all the old stuff into here. I'm just not 100% sure if I'm going to just do it my own way, just put a different motor in there, my own shaft. This motor it's an outrunner, has a 20mm hole spacing. Any normal 36mm motor is going to have a 25mm hole spacing, so it's not like I can just put that in there and then swap out the motor later. Just not sure what I should do actually. I'll have a little think about it and come back to you. I'm just going to put the standard thing in here and just see what it goes like. And then when I upgrade it, that means I've got to undo all my work of the motor mount in here, which would be a pain, but maybe I just won't upgrade it. Or maybe I'll just fix this one up later and put a better one in this. I guess I don't even know how these things go, so I need to find that out. I just don't like the idea of this one just having the straight shaft. There's no, no adjustment. I'd rather see a strut on there or a stinger where I can adjust it, but I don't know. I guess it's been tested and set up at the factory, so it must go okay with a straight shaft. So I'll just take the easy way out and chuck all this into here. Alright, so I was just about to drill the hole in the back of the boat. Got the tool out and everything, but yeah, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to drill that big hole in the back of the boat, and if I need to, adjust it, I'm stuck with the way that is. I mean, I can't adjust the angle at all. I mean, it's probably going to work fine, and if I did it that way, like, all I'd have to do, I'd be at the lake in an hour testing it. But once that hole is there, it's there, then I've got to, fill in with fiberglass, and it's, kind of a bit dodgy. Well, not dodgy, but I just know that it could have been better. I should have just done it right the first time. So that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to put a strut on it. I'm going to put a cable in it. Just going to use 4mm cable, tube and liner. Here's my collet. So I'm going to use the same motor, and I'm just going to do it properly so I can... I just can't bring myself to do it the cheap way. My strut is a little bit too long, a little bit too deep there, so I've just got to take a bit more out of here so I can slide that up. But yeah, I mean, I'll be happier with it if I just do it right. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to flick it over to fast motion for you in a minute. What I'm going to do first of all, so I'll just treat it like I'm building a boat from scratch, because I guess I am. So the first step is find the center line, and I'll just be mounting this as high as I possibly can so that I don't have to take as much out of that groove there to get it sitting high. Okay, so that's done. I also enlarged the hole along here on my mill, which means my Dremel. Drilled a hole in there on the drill press and just ground it out. So now that should be deep enough to get that as low as I need it to be, or as high as I need it to be actually. That will go in there. Which is a tight fit, but that's what you... Oh, there we go. That's in there. Now I'm just going to have to do a little bit of a on the stuffing tube. Just bend him up just a tiny little bit. So I might just do that now. I'll just do that really quickly. You can get scientific about it if you want, and measure all sorts of things, or you can just play it by ear. I know the bend's going to be around near the bottom. I'm just going to heat it up just enough so when I've got a little bit of weight on it, it starts to bend. I'll just put a little bit of bend on there. Okay, so now, yep, once I bolt that in, see now she's coming up to where, you know, to where the motor's got to be. We'll figure that out and get that exactly right. But yeah, okay. So she's coming along, then I'll just decide what kind of servo mount I want to put in there. Heaps of options, they're all easy to do. I'll probably show you that as well. So there's the motor mount that came with it. Where are we going? Can't line the holes up. Oh, here we go. It's got, the motor's actually got 25 and 20 mil. I didn't realise. Maybe instead of using this, I might just put a 25 mil motor mount in there. Okay, two different types of motor mounts. I like these because you don't have to screw anything together. Just fiberglass it in, bang, it's done. This is all. This can be used for a V bottom or a flat bottom, like a Hydro or a Cat. This type can only be used in a V bottom. So this part here, down here, is a little bit lower than the sides. So you need that V. I mean, I'd like to use this, but I can't. You can't change the angle on this one. See this, if it didn't have that step down there, it would be okay. It'd be sitting up here, that would be fine there, but this is too low, and I'd have to, you know, get the persuaders out and, you know, bend that up straighter, and let's just do it kind of properly. Let's try and do it properly, eh? Put a little bit of effort into it. Could have been at the lake now if I just left it, if I just put that other thing in, but now I'm doing extra work. Okay, while I'm impatiently waiting for that to dry, I thought I might as well do the servo. We'll just sort that out in between drying times. Here we go. So there's about 5 different options of servo mounts on our website. This one's the most common, so I'm just going to use this. Plus I've got a choice of colours, so let's stay with the blue, eh? Okay, so then get roughly where you want it. About here. Oh, got that nice name sticking out there like that. Beautiful. Then I'm just going to fiberglass that into there and that into there. Okay, so you can see what's going on now. Got the sides glued on. Got some flexibility there. So I'm just going to plonk that in. I'm still not worried about the shaft. All I'm worried about is getting it in the middle now and facing straight. If I'd done it the other way, just with no fiberglass tape, you know, I'd be 90% sure that it's going to hold. That it's not going to be over, it's not going to come out on the first bump or first wave. But if you do it like this, you know it's not going anywhere. And then if you wanted to go even further, you can do it on the inside. Do one whole piece from here along and then up the other side. I ended up going away from this servo, and I've used a Traxxas, one out of a Traxxas boat, because I like this setup here. It gave me room to play around here with the straightness on there. So, oh, there we go. I had this servo on before just to straighten it up and down, but I didn't. First time I've tried it. So that's all sorted. We've got servo done. Next bit, we're doing the shaft. Alright, so I've got my motor mount in there, got the collet sitting on there. I've just poked my shaft in, or my stuffing tube in, and we'll see how close I was before when I gave it that bit of a tweak. Now the way you figure that out is put your cable in. Cable's not cut to length yet. Have I got that? Got to back that collet off to get that in there. So connect everything up. Okay, I should cut that to length, but I haven't. Alright. So now with my strut, you know, I'm able to change the angle a little bit. I've got the stuffing tube here, just going into the strut there. And it looks like I've got my angle actually spot on. I knew I didn't need much, so, you know, so I've done one or two before, so it's not that hard. Now, on purpose, I've made this hole a little bit bigger, like kind of to make it a bit loose in there for this. It just makes it easier, and I've got to block the hole up anyway. You could get a grommet, and, you know, a grommet that fits here tightly, and then drill the hole for the same size. But really, I'm just going to fill it up with epoxy. Okay, so there she is. All I've got to do now is just put the speed controller in and run some hoses. You don't need to see that, and get her to the lake. So I just got a piece of wood, just cut a little piece of wood, thin wood, made a bit of a wedge, and just put that in there, and I fiberglass that in there, so that keeps my tube nice and solid. And there's not really much else really. I found out this is a float chamber boat. I mean, it's blocked off in here, but didn't realize when I was trying to push a battery in here and realize it kind of stops here. So I've drilled a hole in the back there, it only goes up to here. It doesn't go right up to here. It kind of just falls away there, that chamber. So I've drilled a hole here to let the air out. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But yeah, I'll just finish this off in the morning and hit the lac, see what happens.